and welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy this video.
Well, hello everyone, and that's me in the corner to show that I'm real and not a robot. But I gotta tell you, there is misinformation about Akhenaten. I started this channel to correct the misinformation and the deception. And there's something going on with Akhenaten. We're saying in this video, no elongated skull at all. No elongated skull. Akhenaten was a hominid, more primitive than a Neanderthal, and this is quite apparent from looking at his skull. Hang on, Charles, we have a skull? That's right, we have a skull. This skull was dug up by Flinders Petrie from a tomb, and it has been DNA tested as the father of Akhenaten. So, you look at the skull and you see straight away this enormous jaw, the face is jutting forward to an incredible degree, and rather than being sloped backwards, that is just the way the skull is made by nature. That is a Neanderthal head. That is the head of Neanderthal man. Now, this is supposedly here we have modern human. Supposedly, it's actually quite a short skull. We have modern humans have longer skulls as well, and there's a Neanderthal, and you see the differences, the huge jaw, and the brow ridge is absolutely nothing, and it just flattens out, and it's very elongated. And this is the kind of thing that we have with that is the skull of a hominid. All hominid skulls look like this. Modern humans have a much smaller jaw, and straight away we see this is the problem with every picture of Akhenaten. In every picture of Mr. Akhenaten, we have an issue because we have this huge jaw thing jutting forwards. In every image of him, there's a massive jaw. The jaw is most of the face. And we call this a hominid. Akhenaten, I have to say, is absolutely a hominid. He is a bit of a throwback. And he worshipped the sun, which is a bit odd. Stan Gooch gave himself a reputation as being a great thinker by saying the Neanderthals were moon worshippers. I don't agree with a lot of what he says because he trashed yoga. He said yoga was rubbish, and I got to tell you, yoga is amazing. He didn't know what he was on about. This is the skull of even less than Neanderthal man. This is basically that skull here. This is that skull here. It's incredible, or it's a hybrid. It's a hybrid. So these both seem to be Neanderthal skulls. Or this is a modern human with very small brows. Or this one here is a hybrid. That looks a Neanderthal, or more primitive than Neanderthal. I would have to say that Akhenaten is a kind of hybrid with something more primitive than a Neanderthal, just looking at it. And let's look at his family. Firstly, I want to bring up the Star Child skull, very wide. A guy called Lloyd Pye said it was E.T., but this basically looks like Akhenaten's daughter, and we're going to indicate that. So let's dial up his daughter, and that's the daughter of Pharaoh Akhenaten right there. And now I'm going to bring up the Star Child. I'm just going to bring it up. Let's do that. And let's compare. And you see straight away there's a massive similarity, a huge similarity. So if Akhenaten didn't have a bound head, why should this daughter have a bound head? Are there any bound heads in Egypt? I haven't seen any. I don't recall seeing any at all. I've seen them in Peru, but not in Egypt. So I put it to you that Akhenaten is a hominid, or a hominid hybrid with modern man. I mean, how good is that? That is absolutely incredible. I don't think it was bound. And I can prove it. I can absolutely prove this. The Neanderthal skeleton has very short legs, shorter than modern man. So here we have it looks like the difference between a modern human and a Neanderthal. That's not the one I wanted to see. That's the one I wanted to see. So you look at these tiny short legs, right? So and notice how he just gets bigger. He gets bigger in the middle. That rib cage, it almost looks like it's from something else. It's enormous, and he's bigger in the middle. So huge in the middle, and that is Akhenaten. I got to tell you, that is Akhenaten. So let's compare with Akhenaten's statue, and so there's Akhenaten fully fledged, and there he is. That is to me that is so weird, and I actually had a statue of him with the legs. So Akhenaten. Figure, his whole figure with the legs, and the legs are short. There we go. The legs are squat. The legs are not much. This is apparently statue of Akhenaten or Tutankhamun. Those are short legs. And we see these in modern humans as well. Many modern humans have short legs. Blondes in, say, continental Europe tend to have long legs, like Africans. But other people do have short legs. Akhenaten was a bit of a short-legged hybrid proto-Neanderthal. What do you think of that? I don't think there's any binding done in Egypt. No way. Cheers, guys. Thanks very much for watching this video. Bye-bye. Now, do you know what? I've written a couple books. One of them is probably the best ancient astronauts, one of the best ancient astronauts books ever written. It's called Confessions of the Gods. Check it out, Kindle or paperback on Amazon. And also a pyramids book. The pyramids book is basically, well, it's 137 photos of sites you can visit in Europe, which are prototypes of pyramids. That's an amazing book. It's much deeper reading than the other book, Confessions, but check them out on Kindle and paperback. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. And also hit me up on Patreon. Cheers. Bye-bye.